Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Marvel Snapcast. I'm your host, Ken, here with your co host.
The top five best snappers in the world. Sino. Cause I snapped that hot fire. You heard? What's going on, y'all?
Oh man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, I know. This is
Mm-hmm.
the final episode or almost the final episode before we take some
I
time.
think it's the final, right? You could say it's the
Yeah,
final.
yeah, about so.
Yeah.
Until we take the time to focus on next season and get things in place. But definitely, like as we promised, we want to talk about the patch, one of the biggest patches for the year, rounding off. I know there's an OTA coming out, but we might not dive into that. Definitely follow us on all our socials, especially on
Yes.
Twitter/X, because we will express our opinions. We both have our own X accounts as well, SuperTechGod and Sino Montana. So we'll leave all the links down there. So you guys make sure you follow each of them so you can hear our thoughts on the upcoming OTA. But this episode is about that patch. Wow. Okay, so if you guys
Yeah.
if you guys remember the last episode, Sino was so happy with one of his favorite cards of all times. He went on a good 30-minute rant about that card. But before we get into all that,
Call it a
let's
rant. I call it a therapy session. It's you know.
therapy session. That's what
We
he
went
wants to
we
call it.
went we went to the dark side on the last episode. I
I
heard
don't know what you're talking about.
a lot of people loved it. A lot of people were surprised, right? But yeah, we went to the dark side a little bit.
Well,
But
you went to the dark side.
that's all. Well, that's half changed now, right? It's not all changed, but it's half changed now, right?
Yeah. I was born in the dark, so yeah. All right, let's get the patch notes up. So yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Patch notes for December 5th, 2023. It's been about a week, almost a week now, when you guys are going to see this. So we definitely gave some time to go through all of it, use it, utilize every new feature as best as possible, as well as test those cards out, see how they feel, etc. So to start off with, there are some new features. These are things that were discussed. People wanted new features within Marvel Snap. I know some people wanted, cosmetics so we can actually change our borders or a draft mode. But here are the new features that we got in this new patch. Number one is deck building. Cena, have you tried the deck building yet?
I have not. I have seen it done though,
Mhm.
by our co-streamers. It's not that bad. It's not that
No.
bad. I had seen a Dakin card list that was made, and somebody was running it and really going. It was winning them games, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it myself, only because I don't know about you, Ken, but does that like feel like weird to you to click that button? It's almost like I like to almost build my own stuff and like you know what I mean? Like
Sure, for sure.
if not
Um,
build my own stuff, I like it referred to me by somebody I trust, like either STG or maybe it be a Tucker, or maybe you're watching a streamer that you trust, like a big time, like Dexter or somebody like that. Like you're like, okay, these card lists seem like they're well put together. It doesn't seem like Marvel Snap randomizing a card list for you in your mind anyway from the jump makes you think that's something I want to do. So no, I haven't tested yet, but I'm not shitting on it or anything like that.
right, of
I
course.
will try it, but I have
Right.
not tried it currently, and that's my mind space going into first seeing it. What about you?
Yeah, he should have tried it. I don't know how you get on this podcast and not try the feature, but nonetheless,
Oh, come on, B.
I did.
Like that's
I
crazy.
definitely.
You
I did
tried it?
try it out. Yeah. I did
Okay.
try it out. So I tried it out with Sebastian Shaw. It looks like everybody gets the same kind of card list. It puts Brood in there, Surfer, Nakia, Okoye, etc. It does make good card lists. I don't know if you were there on stream, but we also tried it with Adam Warlock, right, to see what kind of card list it would give us. That was the whole goal, to take cards that are normally not utilized and put a card list together. See what kind of card list it puts together with it. So Adam Warlock, Mr. Negative, it definitely pulled out some good card lists. I think it's very unique in the sense of what it tries to build, but it is still consistent across everyone. I think if you have the cards, it gives everyone the same kind of card list.
Okay.
It also puts Chavez in a lot of card lists, thinking it was the old Chavez. So I'm wondering if it's pulling data from their old system or their current system before the changes, and it
Okay.
figures, okay, this is the card list that does the best in the meta, so let's put it together.
Ah,
Because a lot of card lists, like I said, especially destroy and discard, has Chavez in it, which
okay. So you're saying
would
it's
make
not
sense.
taking into account the reworks that were made.
No, I don't think so, not at all.
Okay.
um
Okay. All right.
and
No,
then
I didn't get to see that part of the stream because I don't know
right,
if you've seen my WSF promo, but I am a very busy guy. I got very important people calling me at every, so I probably
that's
missed
fit.
that part of the stream, bro. But yeah, yeah, I just
Yeah,
wanted to let you
so
know that.
since you wanted to dive into that, we put the link in the description of the promo for
Oh,
WSF down below.
oh,
Um, but yes, Sino, congratulations coming with the WSF. My job is to keep the WSF as entertaining and pure as possible, but I have to get rid of that hip squad because they're causing so much havoc where people do not want to be in WSF or even enjoy it. So we'll get into that this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, please check out the WSF over on Eddie and GC Stream
mm-hmm.
on Sunday for
1 o'clock
Survivor Snap at
Eastern
1
time.
p.m. Eastern. That is correct. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I can, like I said, that's basically what it does. What else it also does is if you picked 4 or 5 cards, you can hit the plus button, it will fill out the rest. So, I mean, it's a very cool feature for those people who are just getting into Marvel Snap and kind of want to make a competitive deck with the base cards or the cards they have. I think it's pretty good. My only complaint is it doesn't pick our favorite cards. It picks the variant. It picks weird variants. I guess your most recent variants. But I know they heard the feedback and they're working on it. But that was my only gripe with the deck building. But yes, I agree with you. I'd rather build my own decks. Pause. So I'm not I'm not gonna be using this feature at all, as much at all. I feel like right before the stream, I put together a Howard the Duck with Shaw cardless, and that's something that the deck builder didn't put together. So it feels good to build your own and go through and try to climb the ranks. Next on the list is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people: the albums. So the albums is you collect variants sets for
it
exclusive
it is a very
rewards.
sensitive topic. I've seen that a lot of people have a lot of complaints about it out there in the social media world.
Yeah, and I also see a lot of people, defending a lot of things too. So the second part is also new emotes, which comes within that album. So before we express that even more, let me actually show my album so you guys can get a better gist of what is going on. All right. So
Some would say you were at the center of a little viral controversy.
it could be. It could be. So as you guys know, big Marvel Snap fan, right? Um, when the albums were coming out, people were reaching out and saying, "Well, Tech is based on variants. You have all the variants. You should have all the albums completed. Congratulations, etc., etc." So when it came out, that wasn't the case. I had none of the albums completed. I was missing several cards from each, and I posted it. Now I said, you know what? It's fine. When the new variants come out this afternoon at the refresh,
Mhm.
I should be able to have my albums completed. Who told me to tweet that? Because then the world took that and said, well, if the man that has every variant don't have any albums completed, there's no chance for other people to get it completed.
Right, exactly. I can see why they said that.
We also saw Dexter express his feelings in regards to not being able to have something completed after putting time and money into the game, getting the variants, and being surprised that none of his albums also was completed. So
Sorry.
I did I did go on and answered a lot of questions that people ask me, whether it be on Twitter/X or on Discord. People reach out to me personally to ask me how I feel about it, and I also express my feelings on the stream. And those feelings will remain the same in the sense that I have no problems with the albums. I think it's a great concept. I think it's something else to give all the Snap players something else to strive for, right? Because right now, what are we striving for besides just variants? That's it.
Right.
Um, this now also gives you a chance to get emotes. And that's something that everybody was most excited about when the emotes first leaked a couple months ago. So they stuck it behind the albums. Now, if you look at the albums here, These were the three that first came out: Venomize, Staying Hip, Jim Lee. Okay,
Right.
so in most cases, when a new season starts, it comes out the Tuesday,
Hmm.
and then the patch comes out the Thursday or
Right.
the next day. In this particular reason, the patch was out hours before the new season. So what happened was albums came out. The variants that were missing for me came out at 2 p.m. So as I stated, at 2 p.m., this variant I had to get the Thanos
Hmm.
and the Juggernaut, and I was able to get them. The Juggernaut I was able to get for free in the collection level. Thanos 800 credits or 800 gold as a premium mystery variant. So I was able to complete this one as soon as 2 p.m. refresh hits. Dan Hip. Only thing I was missing was the claw. Same thing. It was 700 gold. I actually got it in my collection level,
Yeah, I remember that saying that day.
which
It
is right
was
here.
the day the albums came out. You were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's here."
See, I got it in
Yep.
collection level for free.
Hmm.
And then I was able to get my other album completed. So to me, my whole take on this, again, I'm missing Magneto, which is fine. My whole take on the albums are I feel that Second Dinner, like I said, is giving us something else to strive for. They're not putting any to get cards behind this wall. If they did, this would be a big problem, but they're not. They're putting just strictly cosmetics. So for those people who don't care for emotes, no need to worry about collecting variants. For those people who do care about emotes and want to show off their album collection, this is the place to go. But I do feel if it's a theme album like the Venomized Villains, this is fine. You have to get 12 of these, right, to unlock all of these. I'm totally on board for that.
Okay.
What I'm not on board for is the Staying Hip. Staying Hip is not a theme based album, it's just Dan Hip, right?
Hmm.
Dan Hip had a takeover in the store where there was over X amount of Dan Hip variants available for people to purchase. People went and spent their money and their goal to get the Dan Hip variants that they wanted.
Right.
Some of them got more. The
Right.
complaints on the internet was people had 41 Dan Hips, only had two out of the 12 in the album that they required. To me, I felt this album should have been if you have 20 or even 15 Dan Hip variants, you unlock these items. I don't think it had to be specific Dan Hip variants because between Ant Man, Dazzler, Omega Red, maybe even Onslaught, and Kazar, right? Who buying those? Who are going to go to the store and say, I want these variants?
Right. Exactly.
So for Dan Hip, which I think, again, because it's cheaper, it's only 700 gold, and it's a plethora of it, I think this should have been you have 20 Dan Hip variants. Doesn't matter which ones they are, you unlock this top row. Now, what that would have done is give people an opportunity to see what an extra emote looks like, right?
Hmm.
They get that extra, they get that feeling of, okay, if I spend money, not only do I get the variants and the cosmetics, I also get new stuff in an album. Okay, I like this Cosmo emo. Okay, what does
I
it
think
take for me to
everybody
get?
would be happy with that.
Yeah,
Everybody would say, "Hell yeah!"
but then it goes, what does it take for me to get a Venom emo? Okay, I got to get these 12 variants. Now they might not like them, but they're going to try to get it now because they already got that feeling of I like the Cosmo variant. Okay, how do I get this? And I think that's what they should have done. I think it should have been you have theme ones, yes, and you have non-theme ones. Now again, these are only 3 albums. They might actually do that with other albums. The best thing is these albums are always here. They're not going to go away. So you could take your time and gather the variants you need to get said items from the album. But that's basically my take. I'm happy for it. I think it's a great thing. It gives everybody something else to do than just what we already currently have. And it also rewards those people who do have the variants to get X, Y, and Z. So that's my take on it. Sina, how do you feel about the albums? I know
I
you probably
wasn't
don't have.
I wasn't as upset as you were. I get why a lot of people. I get why people who have a lot of variants would be upset. It's like they spent all that gold, all that, all those credits to get these certain variants. How could you not have uh how could you not be album complete? I can understand that.
Yeah, but I wasn't upset because I knew
Hmm.
once 2 o'clock hit, I was
Yeah.
going to get the variants I needed to complete the albums. You know what I
Yeah, well,
mean?
not everybody's like you there, guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't, I already knew that I wasn't gonna have albums complete. So it didn't hit me as hard. So it's like all it did for me, honestly, was be like, yeah, I gotta I think I have a pretty good collection of variants, but I gotta step it up apparently and try to really, like you said, get these albums filled and try to get some of the perks that come with getting an album filled. I could see the
Right.
sense in it. I don't have a problem with it. It's not
Right.
killing me. I could see why others would probably be
Upset.
upset with
Yeah.
it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, but for me particular, it doesn't affect me in a negative way.
No, no, no. I don't think so either. And the only thing I feel bad about was showing that first initial album release before the actual update of the refresh, right? Because people saw like, oh shoot, Super Variant guy doesn't have all the don't have all the albums, which kind of stirred that up. If I waited until the refresh, then it would, oh, of course, Tech God has two of the, two
Yeah,
was completed. You
right.
understand? I think that's basically that. But nonetheless, let's move on because we have plenty to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Um, oh, as you can see, this is all of it broken down, which we already spoke about. Um, Featured mystery variants. So when a new album launches, mystery variants will definitely show. Like in our store right now, it shows if you open a mystery variants, your chances to get a venomized villain is higher than any other variant. So, like I said, that's how I got the Juggernaut. That's how I got the Thanos.
I like
Uh,
Venomized. It's actually a pretty great variant to have.
no, I totally agree. That Thanos is like the best Thanos I think out of all of them. So
The
shout out to them
Thor
for that.
Venomized was awesome. The Thanos is great. Yeah, but like to go more of a classic thing,
Yeah.
the Thor was awesome. Was that that's nullified, right?
The first one is, yeah, the ultimate is nullified, but there is a Thor venomized
Venomized.
along
Okay.
with Lady Sif. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Those were dope. I think
Yeah.
Venomized cars are the most consistent. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
often going to like them. You know?
Correct. Correct. 100%. And the cool thing is these are venomized villains. Like I said, because we have other venomized cars that aren't villains that I do have those variants for. So, like I said, the theme made sense to me, and that's why you need to have these specific variants. Of course, the emotes pretty cool. I do wish the variants did have some type of text with them or voiceover or both.
Yes.
Just to throw Cosmo up there or Venom without him going, yeah, or Cosmo barking. To me, it's like, it's a bit different because those emotes are just interesting. Um it's not like the Spider-Man pointing or the Chavez giving. I mean, yeah, the Miss Marvel giving you a thumbs up. It's more of just Cosmo with shades. So I'm assuming it means cool, right? Like, so every time somebody does something cool or I do something cool, I do it. Who knows? It is what it is. Spotlight avatar frames, which is pretty awesome. So this is a nice surprise. I didn't hear anybody talking about this or being happy about this.
It
So
surprised me. I looked at mine and I was just like, "Whoa, what is this?" Like, did
yeah,
I know I didn't get an infinity border? This can't be what this is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what is this? But it looked really dope. So it didn't make me feel left out for not having an infinity border. It was like, all right, cool. I got my own.
There you go. Yeah. I love Zach reached out to me. He's like, bro, what is all this stuff? Like, because again, he too did not know what it was. So I'm like, if you ever got a Spotlight variant from the caches, it also came with a Spotlight border now. So
Yeah,
that is pretty
dope.
cool. There's something they mentioned in the notes, and it does look cool, right? It
Hmm.
does look phenomenal. Shout out to Second Dinner again for giving away more things that nobody's talking about. This is
Hmm.
something that's given to people who use their keys and open up caches hoping to get the new card, but they end up getting a variant instead. And now you get a nice little border that goes with it. So I was fighting last season to get an affinity border on Black Knight. You know what? I like this border. I don't need the affinity border. I'm
Right,
a rock this one with Black Knight. So
right.
that's basically what those are. All right, let's go on to the other items on the wonderful patch notes. And of course, we have this is what we spoke about too, the auto pick favorites for new decks. It's pretty cool. Um, audio, voiceovers. So
Yes.
I just put out a phenomenal video. Shout out to Bradsifer for the edit. A phenomenal short on my
Yes.
favorite card, of course, the Infinite. But Hella now says minions to
Minions.
me.
Yes.
So cool. Um,
Yes. Playing
I
off
didn't.
floor, right? That's kind of
Yes,
fire.
they both from
We're both
Asgard.
related together, brother and sister. So
System. Yeah, there you go. Ultron, I forgot what he said. Didn't pay attention to it. Apox has some real cool things as well. He's, he can't be murdered. He can't die. I forgot what he says. Infinite surprised the crap out of me because it's hello, hello. Can you hear me? That's. I'm
mhm.
happy to be like. It's just that's so
You
awesome.
thought it was gonna be a really deep voice
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those
character.
would be
But
some
that's not. It was totally opposite.
correct.
Yeah.
Kneel before me. So check out the short, guys. It's pretty funny.
And then
Um,
yes, the next one is also
I
awesome.
didn't hear. I didn't hear Onslaught. Did you hear Onslaught already?
No, oh, I thought you was gonna say Armin, but yes,
Armorzola is pretty cool. Hail
yes,
Hydra.
yeah.
Once you cut a snake's head off,
The
another head still goes
two
back, and he's
will
just like a
rise.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah. So he definitely kept Arnin
Oh,
in
I
the
did hear Onslaught. I have. I just do not remember
remember what it
saying
was? Yeah.
yes, but it's dope. It is dope.
I haven't played Hella Tribunal
I
since,
have played it. That's why I
so
heard it.
that's why I
Yeah,
haven't heard it. Okay. All right.
that's why I heard it. But I just don't remember
Uh,
what it is.
Swarm is pretty cool because now you got like bees with them. So whether he gets destroyed or you're moving him around the field, it's like little bees. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, Chavez, which we'll get into shortly, has a new animation, which is,
I like
remnants
it.
of
I
her.
really
Yeah,
like it.
100%. That's a phenomenal new animation. So shout out to the VFX team, always doing awesome things with the visual effects and the audio. Great job on these awesome voiceover dialogues for each of these cards. I can't wait for every card in Marvel Snap to have a voiceover.
I feel
Uh,
spoiled. I want more though. You know what I mean? I want more cards to
facts,
get these sort of effects and voiceovers.
facts, 100%. Art and visual effects, like we just mentioned, the swarm. Oh yeah, so it's sped up now. When you drop
Mhm.
Munir, it
Yeah,
just he just gets
yeah,
powered up right away. Super super awesome. No more waiting around for that, which
yeah.
is pretty cool. All right, so balance updates. These are the big parts. These are the ones that everyone cannot wait to see.
Hmm.
And the first one on the list was American Chavez. Now there were rumors, rumblings, people were hearing that Chavez might get changed, but of course we don't pay attention to any type of rumors when it comes to that. But it happened. So Chavez went from a 6/9, starts at the bottom of your deck, and is drawn on turn 6 to now being a 2/3. On reveal, the top card of your deck gets +2 power. Sino, of course, I gotta ask you, did you use Chavez like most everyone did to thin out the decks? And now with this new 2/3 on reveal, how do you feel about Chavez? How do you feel about this change? Honestly.
This is nah. I'm not gonna lose my kids. This one. No, I was upset because Chavez was on like every card list. Almost every card list I had. Like just to thin out the card list so I get the cards that I really want. She was definitely something I used in strategy, and it was a bit that change was a big blow pause to me. Um, I not to say that I don't like her rework because I'll be honest with you, like you were reading earlier, the animation is fucking sick. I love that animation. The big
Facts.
star shout out to the Doctor Strange movie. That's what it really brought me back to. Like I was like, yo, that's
Wow.
really cool. Like that, yeah, that was dope. The +2 to the next top card, that's awesome. I like it too. I just really liked the way she was. You know what I mean? If you
Right.
needed power, she had that punch. But if you weren't really using her for the power, she had tech to her that made it really good for card lists. You know what I mean? A feng shui, a flow of card lists. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think now, if you were looking for that same effect, you would have to do it early with a little Quicksilver or maybe Domino. You know
Right.
what I mean? But other than that, now there's thinning out your card list is going to be it's back to the randomized of it is going to be what it is now because you're not going to be able to just control how that draw comes out.
Yeah, I think a few cards need to be spotlighted more. And I think this change is great for that. I'm super happy for the change. in that sense. I'm sad. Yes, I do miss because I'm a big discard fan, so I do miss having Chavez in there in most of the decks. Hella, um, Black Knight, right? Cosmic Powers. These are the card lists I use Chavez in because of the same thing you just said. I get to discard her. She's powerful. I get to play her. She's powerful, and she also thins out the deck. Nobody. She's not coming up until the
I get
very
my
end.
setup cards. I get the essential cards that I
Right.
need to pull off my combo and curves. They get in my hand earlier because Chavez is always the last one there, ready to just, you know what I mean, just help you out. So it's depressing a little bit in that sense. I don't see
Right.
the reason for a change other than the fact that maybe they want her to be played more. I don't.
Maybe, or I feel. I mean, the notes are there. Even though we didn't read it yet, I think it's more so for the fact of they want people to play the game in a way that you have to use all 12 cards,
Mm.
because with Chavez you were only playing 11, right? It was, let me fill my deck with 11 cards. Chavez is already in there, guaranteed. You understand? Like, it wasn't like it's a 12 card game and people were making an 11 card game where Chavez is just there because she's just going to be there to thin out the deck like we used to use her for. But now with this change, which I like, is I'm using Howard the Duck now, right? So I could see what she has to buff, um, especially with Sebastian Shaw being out.
So
This
let me
all
get this
makes
straight.
sense.
You're recommending that people spend 6,000 tokens on Howard the Duck.
Never said that.
Okay, all right.
But
I was just checking.
I'm just saying I'm using it because I have him and I haven't been using him. So a card list with
I
Howard
was
the
just
Duck.
checking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, listen, don't try and get me in trouble out here. Try and get me in trouble out here. Listen, I don't know why Howard the Duck's still
Just
6,000
checking, bro.
tokens, but listen, hopefully you can get them for free, guys. Right now, I'm using Howard the Duck, Chavez, Iron Lad. Those three cards are needed in a card list because now Howard the Duck gets some use. He gets some utilization. As far as thinning the card list, we need to do some testing. We need to see if Quicksilver and Domino, or one or the other, actually does do the same thing. I don't know if they will, but
I
we'll
think it
find
makes
out.
it harder as far as it's early in the game that you get these
Yeah.
cards. And now you have to really see on turn 6 if you're gonna get the card that you think you're gonna get. I mean, I I I don't know, maybe it works, maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Had to be we got to do some testing to find out. But Chavez is now a 2-3. Very interesting. Very interesting change. And this is another reason why I do like Marvel Snap, because they aren't afraid to make changes that need to happen or don't need to happen to change the way the meta is. And right now, with this Chavez change and all the other changes we're about to discuss, I think the meta is in a good place. And we'll dive into that aspect right after we go down to the rest of it. But yeah, skimming through, making an 11 card deck. See, like I said, I
Hmm.
think that's the problem. I think
Yeah, I read
everybody's
some
making
of
11
that.
card deck.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want it to be played in a certain way that
right.
it's not
And
being used in fun synergies, they say.
right, which
So
makes sense. So shout out to them for that. They have the data that we don't see and that we don't have, so
right,
they know what's best for us on that level.
right.
Alive, which Sino, if you guys didn't see that episode, I implore you to go back
I
to
think
episode
I
4.
did this a little bit. I think I was the reason for this. I don't know. I,
Listen,
I don't want to give myself too much credit. I don't
bro,
want to toot my own horn.
no,
Toot toot.
toot
But
your blood
toot
clot horn.
toot toot toot. Let's go.
When I saw this on patch day, I said, "Sino caused this." See, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like a card, you want something changed, you leave a comment down below. You tweet a X at Sino and let him know how you feel. Tell him why you mad.
Tell them
You
why
know,
you
we should have a segment called "Tell Him Why You Mad," and
right.
Cena will read off why you guys are mad, what you're
Hold
mad
it
about.
down for you. That's
Exactly. And
facts.
he will express in the most passionate way, like he did in that last episode. And
Hmm.
look what happens. He expressed this last week, and the next week, Snap says they don't have the powers to make changes that fast, but because of Sino, they made it happen. Ladies and
Put
gentlemen,
our mean
Elias,
mug face on. We gonna recite it. You guys let us know what card it is you want me to get at. You tell us why you want us to get at it, and I will get at it for you with that energy that needs to be brought to it. I
that's
got you.
correct. That's correct. And Elias is now a 6-2 on reveal. Destroy all on reveal enemy cards here. This is a big change, two ways. One, made him lesser, made him less power. 6-2. I mean, the
Okay.
6-2 is that going to help you win any lanes, right?
Okay. Okay.
The fact that now a card cannot flip over, do what it needs to do, and then get destroyed is phenomenal. Now you have to have priority with Eliath.
Right.
So I think Eliath will be best now in the card list that it needs to be in, which is a Galactus card list. Because with Galactus, you play Galactus either early by cheating him out, by ramping up. You're going to have priority because Galactus won that lane. And then you play Eliath, you win. Now you have that Galactus Spider-Man combo you always wanted,
You
right?
my point exactly. Yeah, I was gonna touch on that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think that is where Eliath belongs now. Now, don't get it twisted. Eliath's still out there in the wild, but not as much. And he's not as OP as he was prior to this change. So I am super happy to see this happen. Super happy to hear the community listens to Sino. And Second Dinner says, all right, we can't have Sino do another rant like this. Let's just make sure. Let's call the people we need to call. They got on the red phones like, yo, did you see the last Snapcast? We can't have this. These guys are peaceful, comedic. They have a good time. They always talk about the game in a nice light. This was one of their very upsetting episodes. So let's make sure we fix Eliath. And you know what, Second Dinner? We respect you guys. Thank you very much for making that change as fast as possible. Sino, how's your take on the card? Because again, you were so riled up about it last week.
I'm half happy.
Half, okay.
I'm half happy.
Tell them why you mad.
All right. I'm not mad. I'm half happy. Okay.
Tell them why you half happy. I love that. That's a difference. You know what? That is a difference. Okay. I love it.
I'm not mad at it.
Half happy.
I'm just half happy. Like honestly, I hate that still, but I can understand it more. I can work around that more than it just destroying everything whenever it wants to. Like regardless of whatever the hell it happens, everything's gone. That's it. See, this is still annoying, but with the power nerf and now with this new tech that it has now, I think you can agree, Ken, the meta is getting like a little bit back to the way it was. We're slowly going back to that tranquility that we had before Loki. I mean, it's still rough.
Loki's still in there. Yeah?
Yes, it's still got Loki hanging around doing the mischievous, god of mischief shit that he do. But we're getting slowly away from that cloud, and it's making it just a tad bit easier to be in. You know what I mean? So it's I like the way that it's starting to happen. I like the way that we're starting to get back to that.
Yeah.
That anybody could play anything. People are starting to get more creative. You don't have to worry about just one set card list being out there and just wreaking havoc and not really being able to do anything about it. So it's like, all right, cool. There's still stuff running around out there that's rough, but for the most part, I'm half happy because at least they did something. It wasn't the same thing another season I have to deal with and grind and up the ladder with and go after and get fucking smoked every time. See, I'm getting riled up again. Let me chill.
Yeah, just relax.
Let me chill.
That's the past.
Yeah, good. Calm down. Let me calm down. So, it's not like that. So, I mean, I'm half happy about it, and I just appreciate the fact that they did something. You know what I mean? They did something, and it's just something. So,
yeah. So it's funny enough because on the podcast many moons ago, that's something that we used to. That was the title of one of the episodes. At least they did something, and that's exactly what they did. They did something. So I'm, like you said, I'm happy. He's half happy. It is what it is. And then we go on to Luke Cage. So.
Not happy.
Now. So
I'm not happy, bro.
this okay. You're not happy, but you realize changes like these is why the meta is so good right now. Okay, Luke Cage used to be 2/2 ongoing cards. Cards can't have the cards you have. Your cards cannot have their power reduced. Mm-hmm. So if somebody uses Scorpion you and you play a card in Luke Cage on the field, no matter where you put them, Luke Cage says, you know what? Nah, my power stays the way it's supposed to be. Everybody's power stays the way it's supposed to be. Hazmats, Man Thing, all that madness gets high Evo gets shut down with Luke Cage because it was any location.
Right.
Now Luke Cage gets an additional power, which, funny enough, we talk about this all the time. reducing by one or increasing by one
Hmm.
does make a difference. But before we're like, it makes a
Ken
difference.
feels more so than I do, but yes,
It makes
yes.
a difference. But
Hmm.
nonetheless, he's now a 2-3 ongoing. Your cards here, big keyword there, here,
Yeah.
cannot have their power reduced. That means only in that lane, your cards cannot be reduced. Now, a lot of people are upset. They feel a way about it, especially those people who play toxic decks like Hazmat and things with Man Thing
High
and High
Evo.
Evo. They are very upset on this change. Now, to me, I think, well, you even do mention the Scorpion in the notes. To me, I feel that Luke Cage change was needed because, again, to keep a healthy meta, you need to have cards that aren't too overpowering. And even though Luke Cage didn't seem that way at a 2-2, his ability was overpowering because people who set up the hazmat combo or the high evo stuff
Hmm.
to get all their shit deleted by
Hmm.
Luke Cage
One
and one
card. Go
side,
ahead. Tell him the truth,
yes,
son. Tell him the
by
truth.
one card put in a corner on the last turn, you're
Because that's what
thinking
this is about, right?
it
If you really
is,
think about it, that's
it
all this shit
is,
is about. Yeah.
it is. So them making a change to Luke Cage needed to happen. And
Hmm.
even though some people are upset, some people aren't upset because I feel now it makes it more strategic
Oh
for
no.
you as it does it as a Luke Cage player. It makes it more strategic for you to know where to place Luke Cage to help protect your power from all the toxic plays. So to me, I'm not mad at this change. I think it's needed. This is again why the meta is so healthy because now all high evil players rejoice. Play your high evil, drop your wasp and your cyclops wherever you want now, because unless they play Luke Cage in that lane, you have nothing to worry about. All you hazmat players playing Wong hazmat and dropping your Odin, have a blast. But you know what happens to you now? It backfires because you can't just drop Luke Cage anywhere now. If you want to protect certain cards, you got
Hmm.
to put Luke Cage in that lane.
Hmm.
So again, I think it's perfect. It helps out everybody. It also levels the playing field for toxic players. So I'm happy with this change. So, I know you're not happy. Let me hear
I'm
your
not happy. I love the way because I'm not as toxic as you and certain people that I might know out here in these snap streets. Uh Ken loves toxicity, guys, and that's why
what?
he loves it. Loves that
That's a lie.
toxicity. But the only
That's a lie.
thing is, I think you could look at this as a glass half full, half empty, maybe
Half happy,
situation.
half happy.
Half
Shake your
happy,
head.
maybe. Yes. No, I actually honestly don't. I think it's the either or. You're either going to see it as a really bad
Okay,
thing
that's fair.
or a good thing, right? If you're not a
Right.
fan of how you play hazmat and everything, and you're just you're dismissed and you're deassembled by one card. Luke
Yeah.
Cage, that's what you always say, right? That's what we always say out here when people are running these hazmat or high evo. Just run Luke Cage, kills the whole thing. Annihilus, no, what it wasn't Annihilus. It was Man Thing that came out, and
Man
everybody
thing
was
and
just like,
yeah.
just run Luke Cage, just run Luke Cage, and this has no effect, right? So I think that's what this is about. If
Correct.
they're gonna run cards with this kind of tech, it makes it. There's one card out there that you can just run and dismiss a whole
Yeah.
card list,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. So
Correct.
this is what I think secondary. It's about making the hazmats and the high evos and
And the man thing.
the man thing type of
Yeah.
card lists makes them playable
Fair. Yep.
still, even with Luke Cage on the field. I am not
Correct.
happy about it because I don't really, well, I do run high evo, but other than that, I don't really run man thing. I don't run a hazmat. So
Right.
in my my perspective, this is going to be a half empty situation because it was like, all right, well, now I can really get punched by hazmat, and I can still really get punched by high evo cardless because
Yeah.
there's nothing
I,
I can do in certain lanes.
no,
But
I
at
get
the
it.
same time, now whoever's running it gets hit also, right? So it's
On the hazmat side, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it
Yeah.
either. So now does that hurt the card list or does that help the card list? That's why I say it's a half empty, half
I
full.
think it all depends on how you play it because I
Yeah.
played someone who had they played what's that card? They played it well with Annihilus and the Annihilus package that have Sentry. So Sentry. So they had Sentry, they played Sentry. After they played Sentry, they played Hazmat. You know what happened to me? I tried to Shang-Chi the wonderful Sentry, and guess what? Because they played Hazmat, he went from a 10 to a 9. So see, it helped them out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It helped them out. So to me, again, you guys look at it like that. Hazmat is now utilized to help you because they can play Hazmat, get some of their cards weakened, and then play Annihilus and drop all that cards on the other side. So
Right.
now Hazmat with Annihilus is a perfect combo now
Okay.
because your cards that already had one power or rocks now get that negative hit from Hazmat with no Luke Cage to protect them, and you can send the cards over with Annihilus. But you can also play Luke Cage in a lane if you want to protect those certain cards. So I think again, it kind of helps make the toxic hazmat card list kind of like a move card list where you have to think about strategically how you want to play it. So again, I think that's perfect. I think it's making things a whole lot better. So that's why I like this change.
I like I like the protection we were getting from Luke Cage. Now it doesn't seem
Yeah,
so
I
safe
listen.
out here.
You still want Surfer to come back, so I get it.
Bring
Shadow King.
Surfer back, y'all.
Listen,
BSB. Bring
listen.
Surfer back.
We could do an episode where you just going on rant about Surfer. Maybe they make the change that. We'll also throw
That's a good one.
Infinite in there, make Infinite 25 so that we can get that too.
I'm gonna
All
get
right,
a
so
petition signed. That's what I'm gonna do.
no problem. Shadow King goes from is a 2-3, go from a 2-3 on reveal, set all cards here to their original base, which is a very powerful stat line, that 2-3, to now a 2-2, and still keeps his on reveal. So I think the change was Shadow King was a 3-3, not maybe a 2-3, but they realized it's like again that 3 power is a bit aggressive
I didn't
and a
think
bit
this
powerful.
that powerful.
Again, you see how we sit back and say that 1 power makes a difference. I think you're right though. I think Shadow King's ability is way more powerful than his power, so him being a 2-2 doesn't matter. I think Shadow King right now is still causing problems, especially in this beginning of this season. Everybody's playing Sebastian Shaw, so they're playing Surfer, so they're playing Brood, and the fact that Shadow King can just say, "Oh, okay, I'll wait till you finish. Hey, I'll wait till you're done. Okay, turn 6, bang, right, and just drop
Give
all
me
the
that.
power."
Give me
Yeah,
all that.
so Shadow King is a very powerful card, and again, I'm not gonna toot my own horn either, but I was known to play Shadow King way back when nobody else was playing Shadow King to beat the Shuri Red Skull meta when nobody wanted to play it anymore, when nobody wanted to play Snap because they were tired of Red Skull Shuri. And I'm like, just run Shadow King. And it worked. I even have the clip. I have the YouTube short. That was like one of my biggest YouTube shorts and TikToks ever. So Shadow King, I'm a big Shadow King believer, and I'm happy for this change in the sense of bringing his power down a little bit lower to do 2 things. One, deter people from playing him as much, right? And also putting him in a nice, fair stat line of being a 2-2 and not too powerful with that extra power. Sino, how do you feel about it?
Do you feel like this is stopping you from playing Shadow King?
Right now, I haven't played Shadow King since, but it's not
Because he
because of
got
that.
nerfed by by 1 power?
I don't think so. I think it's more so because I am
Not running
building.
cards that really run with Shadow King, right? That's what you
I think I don't care about. I think I want to beat you with my own power. Um,
okay.
so the card list, like I said, I'm running is more so a Sebastian Shaw Surfer Armor is kind of my tech card that's beating people
Hmm.
because I think the meta is more destroy. So I'm seeing a lot of Nimrod, seeing a lot of Carnage and
Hmm.
Venom. So I'm shutting that down with armor. And then I'm winning my 2 other lanes with my additional power, whether it be Brood and also Sebastian Shaw. So I'm more concerned right now on playing the my power is going to beat your power or my tech is going to beat your tech versus, hey, I want to bring your power down with Shadow King. Or
Okay.
like
So
I did that all text card list because right now I don't want to play Shadow King in a lane where my cards may have a power
and you
increase.
get
So
affected by it. So that's pretty
correct.
much preference,
Correct.
right? Because that card
Yeah.
doesn't really go with those cards that you're trying.
Correct.
It goes against your strategy, so it's not to your preference. But there isn't anything about the tech of the card that's making you say you don't want to play it, right?
The tech of the card is perfect. I think the
Right.
ability, like I said, is better than the power.
Right. So I don't
But
think it's the 2-2 that's going to make people say, "Hey, I don't want to run this." It's they're really running the tech, right?
oh yeah, that's fair.
So
That's totally fair.
I don't think it made a difference. I think it was actually meaningless. They should have left it alone, in my opinion. But hey, if you make it 2-2, okay, I guess in some sort of way you feel satisfied with it. But I don't really have. It didn't move me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I think you should have just
Yeah,
left
I
it
get it.
alone for all that. But yeah, I get it.
I understand. Maybe Luke, maybe Shadow King isn't one of those cards that you turn the power down, people are gonna stop playing it because the
Yeah.
ability is definitely more stronger. But like I said, I think we're seeing a lot more of it because of the meta we're currently in, which is destroy the buff, build up cards, kill the Deadpool, bring him back, get the null, which null doesn't count, but like Deadpool, Carnage, Venom.
Venom.
We see
Yeah.
a lot of Shadow Kings being out there. Sebastian Shaw, Surfer,
Killing all that
Brood.
progress right out there.
Correct. So
Just killing
Shadow King
all
is
that
being
out the door.
played more. Right.
Mhm.
He's being played more. So him being a 2/2 is kind of fair on that level. But I hear what you're saying. Then we have Elsa Bloodstone, which I was shocked to see get nerfed. Um, nerfed and buff. We won't put it that way. Elsa was a 2/2. If you play a card here, if you play another card to fill a location, give it +2 power. This was a 2/3 initial. It got nerfed to 2/2. People were very concerned about, Kitty Pride, etc. It's back, got its 2/3 back. However, it's if the card fills that location that she's on, it gets +2 power, which I think is a huge nerf to the card.
Yes.
But in light of everything else they're doing, where cards only affect that lane, Elsa has to go in that boat too. So if Luke Cage only affects the one lane, she only affects this one lane. And I think it's okay. I play a lot of Elsa
Boy,
in the
you
Elsa
are
season.
a company man. Let me tell you,
There
brother.
you go with the company
You
man
are a
foolishness.
company
All
man. Oh
right.
boy.
Let me hear your madness. Because when's the last time you played with Elsa Bloodstone?
What? I love playing my Kitty Bloodstone card
Yeah.
list. All right.
Mhm.
And I love the
Mhm.
fact that she buffs every fucking lane. Like that's ridiculous. That you're reworking the whole aspect of that card, bro. Like I don't I think they went a little too far here. I honestly now she's like another Ant Man. She's not really anything.
Another Ant Man?
Yeah, because you're
What are
buffing
you
that one
talking
lane,
about?
bro.
What
You're
are you
buffing
talking,
that
bro? You
one
can,
lane.
bro.
Womp,
Guys, I'm
womp,
gonna have to go
womp,
into this with him because he's bugging. He's lost his mind.
womp,
When you play
womp,
Kitty Pride Elsa,
womp.
you're only playing Kitty Pride in that one lane. This only benefited the people who played with Elsa and Mysterio. If you're not playing Mysterio,
Nah,
like
that's not necessarily true. They could have
it
ran
does
cards
true.
that fills a
It
bunch of
is
lanes,
true.
bro.
It is
Stop.
true.
Stop it.
But it only benefit the Mysterio play because if you're playing Kitty Pride, you're only playing Kitty in one lane, and that one lane is the one with Elsa. So
I
that
mean,
and
but
and
the
and Angela,
possibility of
so you keep
filling
hitting
other
Angela.
lanes and you may be using a hit monkey at the end with that buff was awesome.
That's what I'm saying with the Mysterio play.
Yes,
Yes,
I that could be
right.
just how I played it. That necessarily doesn't have to be how others in the community played it. Maybe they had other ways of filling lanes and doing stuff with Elsa.
Okay.
You
Well,
know what I
I'm gonna
mean?
take.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna take.
saying, bro. Like, don't be a company man. You know what it
I'm not.
is?
I'm not being a
You know
company
what
man.
it is? The
Let me hear
vote
the
for
bush.
employee of the month, nine months in a row is coming up, and you want to make sure that you get 9 months straight. I get it. I
Oh
understand.
man,
I know what
you
it
funny,
is. I know what it
bro.
is.
Let,
But
let me. Let
just
me.
chill. You'll get the
Listen,
award. Just chill and let us keep the fucking cards the way we like them. Okay.
guys. Listen. Please leave a comment down below how you feel about Elsa. To me, I still think Elsa will still get played. I think your combo is still intact.
I'm
If you're
not scared of
running, if you're running Elsa, Angela, Kitty Pride, Nightcrawler, Jeff, or Vision, you're still doing the same thing. That
Yeah, but
nothing is
just in
changing.
one lane, you were able to
Yeah.
find
Okay.
ways to do things in multiple lanes. I'm just saying, get that buff in
We
multiple lanes.
we
Now you
shall
can't do
move
that. It's
on.
just one lane now.
We
It's
we
just like
should
womp
we should move
womp,
on.
bro.
We're moving on, guys. Kitty Pride 1-0 when this returns get +1. Kitty Pride went to a 1-0 when Elsa came out. Again, people were very concerned. They put Pride back to a 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But you're doing all that to
congratulations.
Elsa. Like you might as well give Kitty back her one power.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm happy for her. That is awesome.
Ken hates bounce.
No, I hate bounce. I don't play Kitty Pride as much. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm still.
They keep
I'm
nerfing her.
still.
Of course you don't.
No. I'm still a strong believer of the first Kitty Pride. I was able with a few others to play her
Bro.
for that couple days, and I do
She's
miss.
gone
I
now, bro.
prefer a Kitty Pride that I can pull back when I want to. So
You can't anymore. She's gone. All right. She left. That doesn't exist anymore. Again, you have to cope. You gotta that's it. All right.
Yeah, that's why I said moving on. Next, Ebony Blade. So, as you guys know, you guys listen to the podcast, you guys watch the streams. I am one of the biggest fans of Black Knight. When Black Knight came out, my card list was all over the interwebs because nobody else was playing Black Knight but STG. The card list did great, got me an Infinity ticket, got people to Infinite. People had a blast with it. Chavez was in that deck, of course. Now she's no longer in it. But nonetheless, Ebony Blade, guys, go from a 4-0 to now being a ongoing 4-0 that cannot be destroyed and its powers can't be reduced. I played someone today who on the last turn played Shadow King in the Ebony Blade lane, and they threw their phone for 8 cubes because Shadow King did nothing, and they just emoted to the death of themselves of what just happened, what just happened, what just happened. I wish I could respond and say, read the patch notes, read the patch notes, read the patch notes.
Yes.
That's awesome. Shout out to Second Dinner for this. I didn't even have to say it. They read my mind. You know what? Matter of fact, what I'm talking about. I was happy with the way it was. I'm even happier that they did this. This is so awesome. Yes, guys. The fact that Chavez got nerfed, yes, it's going to be a bit harder or trickier to pull out this combo, but I am happy with this. If you guys check the interwebs, it looks like W made a Black Knight card list that got him the Infinite. So, and he had things like not Chavez. He didn't have Shuri. He took Shuri out for the Miss Marvel, which makes sense. But he got the Infinite with Black Knight. So a lot of people, I highly recommend, if you're not trying to get to Infinite like I am with the Season Pass card, which I do every season, use Black Knight. Use Black Knight. Utilize this new ability. You're going to have a blast. It can't be Shang-Chi'd. Cannot be Shadow King'd. All you got to do is put your Taskmaster in another lane. That's simple.
Dope.
Put up an armor, discard Infinite, drop your blade, Taskmaster in the armor. I think this is phenomenal. Shout out to Second Dinner for this. Very happy about this change. And I hope everyone
also
now.
Careful. I believe it can still be a lie if your opponent has a.
It could still be a lie, of course,
Okay.
of course, because it's
face
face down.
Just wanted to get that out there for people who might still play it thinking, oh, it won't get killed, and it does. So
it does if it's face down, right? If it's face up,
you're good. Yeah, well, anything wouldn't be destroyed anyway because Elias is now work different. But
correct.
Yeah.
But no Shadow Kings.
No cheat.
So the crazy thing is, guys, what I'm going to build, so you guys hear it here first. So what I'm going to build after this, may it be tomorrow or right after the stream, is I'm building a Destroyer Black Knight card list so that I can put the Shard in one lane and play Destroyer in another lane and not worry about it destroying the blade because it can't. You understand? Like, that is my plan, guys. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to have Destroyer, Infinite, maybe another card in the card list that could be destroyed and discarded by Blade or also Lady Sif. But the cool thing is I'm also thinking about using Invisible Woman. Okay, we're not going to get into this right now, but that's my plan, guys. So if you guys see that card list, remember we heard it here first. Yeah. Destroyer, Black Knight. Get ready for it. All right, Ravona. I got to talk about my girl because I had the pleasure of trying her out first. And I was
shout out to that video. If you haven't seen that video, SDG, where can they see that? Links will be on the bottom, right?
That's correct. Links will be in the description. Of course, check out SCG/Marvel Snap to see it there, or the link will be down below. But yes, I got to try this card. I was very excited to do so because it was a card nobody wanted to play. I totally understand why, but I was able to try it out with Mr. Negative. I was super happy with it, and also just the cards that are goblins and the Iron Mans, the etc. They got her from 2-1 to 2-3. That's all it needed. That's all she needed.
I thought I was just happy with the fact that she went to a 2, right? I thought 3 was a little bit much. You guys said that her at a 2 would be OP, right? But now, not only is she a 2, she's a 2-3. She was a 2-1. She is now a 2-3. So do you feel like she's even more OP now, or is she evenly balanced? I feel like she's still an evenly balanced card. I don't think she wrecks anything.
So before we dive into Ravona, I have yet to see a Mobius. Have you seen a Mobius?
No. No.
Mobius is dead. That making him a 3 cost murdered him. One extra cost,
Mhm.
and he is gone. I haven't seen a
Mhm.
Mobius in ages. Okay. Ravona being a 2/3 OP. Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right. When Ravona was a
Yeah.
3, when she was a 3 cost, right? I said, why do we need to make her a 2, guys? We have Zabu. We already have things that change costs at 2. We have one, 2, 3, Surfer. I mean, Sarah at 5. They made her 2. Her being a 2-1 was perfect because we're like, great. Now, we play our negative decks. We're having a blast with her. Now she's a 2/3. Guys, do we even need Zabu when it comes to certain cards that she's in? We don't.
It's a plus though. I will say
You know,
that.
it is a plus, right? If you're running,
Her on 2, Zabu on 3, or her on
yeah, but
Zabu on 2, her on 3.
in a negative deck, just Ravona.
Just Ravona, yeah.
I mean, you might walk with Surfer. I mean, Zabu, so that you get a
A
second
negative hour
chance,
earlier. Yeah.
right, to try to get negative out. Because remember, you can do it with Ravona as well,
Mhm.
but that thins out thins out the deck. But it's just an extra. I mean, technically, you
It's
could
just a
put
spot. You don't feel like that's worth actually having Zabu in there just for a second opportunity to get negative out on 3. I think that's
that's what I'm trying.
enough.
That's what I'm trying to say. But you could
Yeah.
also put Psylocke, right? So Psylocke, Zabu, you could get crazy with it. But to
Right.
me, yes, most
Right.
cases you're going to put both, but then you're also going to run a 4 cost card that has power. Like you're going to run a 4 cost card like Wong. So at least you're like, okay, at least even if we get Zabu out and not Ravona, at least we still get a card that utilizes Zabu in a negative deck. Um, Either way, Ravona, phenomenal change.
Yeah.
Happy for this card. It's going to get more play, and it's getting more play than its counterpart that everybody thought was going to get more play,
And if
which
you
is
haven't messed with her
Mobius.
or you don't have her, check out people who are making pretty creative card lists with her. She actually does have really good really good uses. She's really useful. So check
Correct.
her out.
Totally agree. Totally agree, guys. Mind Stone. So don't play Thanos at all. I said I was going to. I think I need to, especially when the blob comes out.
I don't
Um,
either. It's just too many cards for me.
Another fact of too many cards. I never felt the need to play Thanos.
Hmm.
And now they're doing some changes. The Mind Stone is being nerfed. When I did play Thanos, or if I watch people play Thanos, you have to play the Mind Stone because it draw 2 stones from your deck, which was cool. Now drawing 2 stones is drawing 2 1 costs. Now, granted, stone is a 1 cost, but it could draw 2 other 1 costs as they're in your hands, not just the stones.
I don't know how I don't think I feel good about that though. Because the whole point of playing Thanos is you want to get those stones, right? You want to get them all out, and then get that power stone out, get Thanos up to a 20 maybe if you're playing like that, or you're just playing for the tech of the stones.
Right.
But you want to get stones, right? Now this doesn't really give you stones, it just gives you the 1 cost in your hand. What if you're running other 1 costs and it kind of interferes with your strategy, right?
Well, it might or might not. Maybe you want those other 1 costs to come out. Maybe you do want
True,
the Black
true.
Knight to come out, or you want the Howard the Duck to come out. So I think because other stones still pull stones, I guess they figured, why should the Mind Stone only pull stones? Let's just give it ability to pull 1 costs. Now, if you wanted to continue doing what it normally did, don't put any 1 costs in your hands. Just keep just the stones, and
Just
everything
keep the
else is to
stones,
right.
right? But maybe
Right.
you have
So
one or two that
right.
that work in your favor.
Yeah. So technically it's not a nerf per se, because again, if you're not running any 1 cost, it's still gonna pull
Feels like a
2 of
rework.
the stones. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. And when we see some of the leaked cards that's coming out in February, I have some type of reasoning why they did this. Now move update unreveal cards. Okay, so yeah, saw this, read it, experienced it. Um,
Experienced it.
I was running, yeah, I was running
Saw
Black
it, read it,
Sands.
experienced it.
Yeah, I was running Black Sands with Arrow, and so in most cases when you play Arrow, the last card played moves.
Right.
Opponent plays the last card. It was face down. So first they played Sunspot in a middle lane on turn 2, and the middle lane revealed itself to be monster. What's the location that destroys on turn 3 with the hammer?
Murder World.
Murder World. It reveals to be Murder World. So I snap right away. I'm like, haha, your Sunspot's dead. They put a card face down in another lane. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull this card to the other lane where I'm at, the left lane.
Let me guess. It's armor.
No, it pulled Sunspot out of
Sunspot.
Murder World
Really?
into the left lane. So I said, why is that?
I thought it was the
So,
other way around. That's crazy.
no. So based on these changes, like Spider-Man, Stegron, as you see here, they can no longer move face down cards. If they're unrevealed, they can't move it.
Wow.
They can only move face up cards. So for Arrow, because Sunspot was the last card that was played,
She pulled that.
and I had priority. If I didn't have priority, it would have pulled the card that flipped. But because I had priority, it can't pull the unrevealed card. It's going to pull the last card they played that is revealed, which was Sunspot.
Okay. Now that's interesting.
So keep that in mind when playing Arrow. If you're playing and there's a Fist Tower,
so it's like Spiderweb, like that location that still pulls your cards.
Yes. So if you think about in the before this patch, if a person plays a card and there's Fist Tower and you play Arrow, the card wouldn't even flip. It would just bring that unrevealed card to Fist Tower and destroy it. Now the card has to flip first.
Previously played.
Yeah, or if you don't have priority, it will flip. And then once it's flipped, it pulls. So Spider-Man, same thing. I was playing Black Sands, right? Black Panther was in the middle. I was about to play Armin Zola, and it pulled Panther out of the lane. And that's because Zola wasn't revealed yet. So it makes sense. Stegron, however, got a buff to 4/6. Shout out to Stegron. One of my favorite cards from way back when. A lot of people, that was the argument. Again, I have TikToks and videos about this, guys. I think, again, one of my most played one was me playing ping pong and destroying people with Kingpin with Stegron. Stegron is a great card. Definitely like it. I haven't played as much, but they got a buff. Super cool about it. Definitely, guys, if you haven't played Stegron, definitely check them out. If you're looking to get Spotlight Jeff, you might get Stegron. Definitely put him in a card list. He's a great last turn play, especially you want to, disrupt a lane for your opponent who thinks they're one. Go in there, send Stegron, let him kick one of those cards out of there. And now it's a 4/6. That's a powerful stat line.
Facts.
So, as you can see, Juggernaut now can only move away all enemy cards played here this turn. And it's including on reveal. So make sure to say that. Okay? Understood?
Yeah.
Before it did do that, but now it's going to say including because, again, some of the move cards can't move on reveal cards. Spider-Man cannot pull an unreveal card. Juggernaut can still move an unreveal card. So here it goes, Arrow. So yes, Arrow back in the day was a 5/9. She is now a 5/9 again.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my boy Loot Muncher, who was a big Arrow fan. He put me on Arrow in the beta, which helped me do awesome things with Arrow when Fist Tower was the hot location. A lot of people didn't believe in Arrow back then. He did. He put me on Arrow, made me build the first Death Wave deck, which you guys have seen went all over the place from beta till even current. And the fact that she's a 5/9 brings her kind of back to where she was in the beta. I know Lou's super happy. Excuse me. So as it reads, move the last enemy card played anywhere to this location. But like I said, based on what I saw, it's only pulling reveal cards. Yeah, here it goes right here. Arrows running most move cards and will no longer affect anything unrevealed. So there it is. So it's always the last card that was played that is revealed. So the effect of the card still happens. So for example, if it's Doom, Doom will do his thing, and then you pull Doom into that lane. Yes, and I'm happy because she's a 5'9". She can't get Shang-Chi. Phoenix Force. This is
Ugh,
a bug
this
that
was rough.
Sino was not happy about. I'm gonna let Sino dive into it because I know he's not happy about it. But go ahead, Sino.
Yeah, Phoenix Force copies can move now, guys. Phoenix Force is a 4/5 on reveal. Revive one of your destroyed cards and merge with it. That card can move each turn, which means now Phoenix Force copies, let's say, your multiple man on 4. On 5, you can move that multiple man and then make a copy. On 6, you can move the copy and you can move the Phoenix Force and the copy the Phoenix Force made. So yeah, that's gonna be insane if people aren't doing it already. Haven't seen much of it, but I just don't think people have really gotten a chance to take advantage of it yet. I think it will make its way around though. Not happy. I just think that that's a little bit of a cheese, man. I think if anything, we're flirting with disaster here, but I might be speaking prematurely and it might not be a big deal, but to me that feels a little bit like OP to me. What do you think?
Yeah, because the problem is now is the multiple man becomes a 9
No,
or
he's an
8,
8.
8. So it can't be it can't be shangable.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a bunch of 8s just flying over the board. The only way you stopping that is Phoenix. I mean, Professor X, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and now that Phoenix Force got that buff where it can be played on turn 4, you know what I mean? It's a very interesting change, but it was supposed to be this way, hence it was a bug. So yeah, I mean, just like Galactus on 5, you're gonna retreat. Once you see multiple man move to a
Oh,
location on turn 5,
about to get
and
nasty.
you can't outpower it with a Red Skull or Infinite or Surfer on Wong, you're gonna be like, you know what, retreat. I mean, that's what's gonna happen now. But I am happy for it, especially the move players that love it. Congratulations, your Phoenix Force just got better.
Boo.
Of course, we have some non-functional text updates. A lot of cool things: name change on any cards, etc. Bug fixes, etc., etc.,
We don't need to get into
etc. We're not
any
going
of
to
that
dive into
stuff.
any of this stuff. But wow, yeah, that was a lot. Took up almost an hour and change of the episode. We still have more to go. I know it's going to be a long episode, like I said, because again, if you guys didn't know, we said in the last episode, we are going to take a break, especially for the holidays. We're going to go revamp for season 3. Um, we have some cool things in the works. We tested out some things, super fun. Cannot wait for you guys to see it. I want to hear your take on it. So this episode, we're going to give you guys everything that we had because we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to do an episode on the OTAs. Definitely check out the socials. We'll express how we feel on there. But we are going to, like I said, take some time to make sure we get these things in place. And sometime next year, hopefully early next year, right, whether it be January or February, we will kick back and start our weekly podcast. Make sure we bring you guys a bunch of content. So again, just make sure you guys
We're not
subscribe.
disappearing on y'all. We
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be giving
don't right.
y'all little bits
So
of content. It won't just be long bodies of work, but it will just be
right,
we'll give y'all our views on certain new things happening in Marvel Snap. It'll just be in shorts. It won't be episodes.
right.
But yeah, we're gonna be taking a break and just giving y'all some new it's just a new format, just a new way of
Yeah, yeah,
giving you
yeah.
guys the info and just maybe a more fun way of entertainment.
Correct. So don't leave, guys. Don't run away.
We're not
Don't
going
we'll
nowhere.
be back. We'll be back. So
Yeah.
just make sure you guys stick around.
Yes.
Don't you're not gonna be disappointed. Now, let's talk about I know that's gonna be a long episode. I'm sorry. Sino look like he's tired. Normally I'm the one that looks tired. He looks like he's tired. Um sorry guys.
There you go.
We
Choked up.
have
I know. It's
yeah,
like
I'm,
it's
I'm choked up.
emotional. It's
I know
emotional.
it's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
all right. Nah. Get it again. Get it again.
We with a new patch comes data mines. And Snap.fan definitely have some awesome things to show us for the February season. If you guys didn't see the January one, we did talk about it a few episodes back. But in the February episode, there is the new season coming. We're going to just go through it real quick. We're not going to keep you guys here any longer, even though you guys might want to be here as long as possible. We have the
Yeah.
Thanos's, is it called Black Order? The something
Uh,
order.
I think that's close.
Yeah. So it's funny enough because I was talking to my lady the other day and I was like, it's crazy because she plays Snap, casually. And so I'm like, only Ebony Ma is in the game from Thanos' crew. Like, I wonder when his whole crew is
Oh,
going to show up.
his whole
And
henchman.
yeah, the order, the Black or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah,
And sure enough, February season um, is that season. Now, this death variant is fire. These card backs
yeah,
are
insane,
wow. So
insane.
Black Swan will be the Battle Pass card. You see the Ebony Ma variant, the Death
Yep.
variant. All these will be part of the Battle Pass, which is sick. Of course, this season, guys, we did talk about New Verse in the last episode. New Verse is not going to be part of Marvel Snap. I'm not sure when. I'm sure sometime in the close or near future. But currently, they're doing a website, of course, what we call as progress for you to be able to, if you're spending your hard-earned money, definitely do it to the New Verse site because you do get a progress bar, you do get rewarded of all these awesome things up into the Spider-Man Miles Morales variant. So definitely check it out, guys. If you're spending your money, definitely do it on the New Verse site and get your progress bar up. Now, new cards coming out are, like we said, Black Swan. On reveal, until the end of next turn, your one cost cards cost 0. If this card is printed, that's going to be very interesting, especially for zoo decks, especially for any type of card hit monkey, right? It's going to get love. Any type of card list that utilizes one cost that you want to be able to drop them all on that last turn,
Especially
maybe.
if you could get this out on turn 5, right? That'd be fire.
Yeah. Um, or get crazy with it. Turn 4, you play this card. Turn 5, you play Absorbing Man. Either way, it's going to be interesting with Black Swan, and that's pretty
I
cool.
like
I
it.
think
Hmm.
I think it's a very cool card. I think I like that type of play where you're cheating out one cost cards. Is it going to stay that way? Who knows? People might get upset. Oh my gosh, on turn 6, I can drop somebody drop 50 power on me by dropping all the best one cost cards in the game. Then people are gonna say like me, run Killmonger, right? We're gonna
Killmonger.
say things
Yeah.
like run Professor
Yeah.
X,
There
right?
you go.
Right? Run, whatever. But nonetheless, awesome card. Um, yeah, I think Zudex or anything Kit Monkey, things that
Hmm.
allow you to
Drop
Bishop, right?
massive amount of cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Corvus, who was the gentleman who was with, I assume, Proximia.
Yes,
They were fighting
I believe
Vision,
so. Yes.
yeah, in the train station, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In I
So
think it was London or like Europe.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Corvus, on reveal, discard 2 cards from your hand and get 1 plus max energy. Wow.
Hmm.
So awesome for discards. So, I'm happy. I'm a big discard fan. So the fact that I could discard 2 cards from my hand and get plus 1 max energy is pretty cool, especially if you're going to discard swarms
I
or
think more
discard APOC.
traditional. Yeah, more traditional type of discard card list. I think this fits more in.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about being able to drop Invisible Woman, have Hella in your hand, do this on turn 4, and you can get Hella on turn 5 to go under Invisible Woman. I think is pretty cool.
Right.
Um,
Does Modoc really help this? It helps it some, but I don't know if it helps it too much. Does it?
no, I think, like I said, you can even do this with APOC
Mm-hmm.
and Swarm, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can keep doing this, or you can do this, play Absorbing Man the next turn, and keep getting max 1 entry. So basically, pulling how destroy with, what's her name, with X23. You kind of get this with Corvus for discard. Speaking of what we didn't talk about with Elias, because he only discards on reveals, he is a huge counter to Invisible Woman now. So if you see somebody playing Invisible Woman and you play Elias on that Invisible Woman, doesn't matter when you play those cards, he will destroy all those cards behind Invisible Woman.
Right.
Um, so yeah, Corvus is gonna be cool. Can't wait to try that out. Especially think about doing that on Wong. Pause. It would be cool if you did this on Wong on 5. So now on turn 6, you're getting
That
additional energy.
insane APOC, and you can drop that APOC. Yeah, you could have dropped the
You,
swarms with the APOC
you
anyway,
could
but
do
yeah,
you could do a lot. You could drop a lot. So I think it's
yeah,
gonna be
you can
cool.
drop an insane.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, Proximia. When this is discarded, jumps to your lowest power location that isn't full. This is a 4/6. So again, if you go and play a discard, whether it be Blade or something else, this is you being able to play a low card like Blade, a 1 cost, or if you got Black Sworn out, a 0 cost, discard Proxima and she goes to your highest location. I mean, well, the location that you are not
yeah,
losing.
you're all good. That was yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
And then we have Obsidian. So this is the person, the guy who lost his hand with Doctor Strange, right, or Wong, in the Infinity War. Um, so you can only, and he also died when Hulk used the Hulk Buster and sent
Yes.
him to
Hmm.
Wakanda's.
Yeah, took him on the rocket hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You can only play this at a location with an Infinity Stone. Ongoing, it cannot be destroyed. No Shang Chi's, etc. So again, I think that's the reason why that change to the stone happened. Maybe there'd be other ways for you to get stones because for Cull to be only played with Thanos would be interesting.
can't be destroyed. That's
Yeah,
really interesting
yeah,
right there.
yeah. Cannot be destroyed. And it's a
That's
4/10,
really interesting right there.
bro. I'm telling you, the cards they're gonna make the games very interesting. So Meta's gonna be real healthy.
Yeah.
Super Giant on reveal all cards played this turn and next turn. Don't reveal until the end of the game, until the game ends. So Dream
Almost like Ghost,
Dimension,
right?
huh?
Almost like Ghost, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
and Dream Dimension
and our
and
girl.
Invisible Man. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So if a life is the way it is, that sucks. But this is gonna
Hella. Helps hella.
help hella a lot, but also helps us fight against destroy cards.
Hmm.
If you can't destroy that Deadpool, right? You can't Hulk Buster the Deadpool. It also stops a lot of combos, and it's a 1 cost. It's crazy. It's a 1 cost that does this. So these are the cards coming out in February. January, we did talk about it, which is Sakar, which is Hulk's son. They have some cool cards there too. Sakar benefits by playing cards at 10 power or more. So putting Cull and Sakar in a card, this might work out. But these are cards for February. I think it's going to be super fun. I cannot wait to try these things out. I think all these cards could be in the same card list. They all work with each other, awesome synergy. So I think this will be super fun because you can put Black Swan, this card, that card in a discard deck, this in a Thanos. But either way, something new. Cannot wait for February when it happens. And of course, we have the 2 locations, which is add a random Infinity Stone to your hand.
Okay.
All right. And then we have Black Vortex, which is the first card you play here, becomes a random 6 cost. So kind of like the card list the location that Love Zach despises right now, which is Tarnex. That when you play a card there, gives you a worse version of the
Oh, he
cost.
said a
Yeah,
worse. It doesn't give you a worse.
it gives you worse.
It gives you a version of that
Worse.
of that cost of a card. So if you
Love
play the
Zach would tell
one
you
card,
worse.
it will give you a different one card. It will give you a different version of one card. That type of.
Love Zach despising. I'm with him.
I'm
I
not gonna
totally
lie.
get it.
I hate the location. I'm just saying
Me too.
it doesn't give you the
Me too.
worst card. It just gives you a
Mm,
different card.
okay.
You
Then
just
we
have
have
to
the
be RNG and hope that it's in your favor.
Gamora has some awesome variants, doesn't miss. So this is a cool
Mm,
conquest mode variant.
yes.
This is going to be the spotlight for the first weeks of Valentine's Day, guys. Super
Yeah.
Giant. Make sure if you guys are married
A lot of
in
new
a
players
relationship,
benefit from this right here, right? They get their Zabu, they get their Dog Hawk. You
yep,
know, I think
Yep.
they really benefit from this spotlight. I don't think most people with high collection levels really benefit from this, but you get a cool variant, right?
Yeah, two cool variants.
Yeah.
But again, Valentine's Day, guys, you guys, everybody, you're married, in a relationship, whatever the case is, please bring your significant other something, whether it be a rose,
Oh
flower,
yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah,
Bring your significant other something. Do not forget, please. It's
that's right.
Valentine's Day. All right. I want everybody to be alive and well and be able to still play Marvel Snap. So just please do. If you can't, let me know. I'll remind you. If you want to set a
Get some
reminder,
advice from the
reach out
love
to STG,
doctor,
the Love Doctor.
STG.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up. Yeah, it's late night radio here with the Love Doctor,
The love
STG. Then you guys know on February the 14th, it is Valentine's Day. Please take care of your significant other. Give them something special so they feel special on that special day. Because if you do not, I don't want to see the news where you cannot play Marvel Snap anymore. I don't want to read the headlines that state player lost fingers because they forgot to bring their significant other something for Valentine's Day. I warned
so
you
sad.
guys months in advance. And again, I will remind you guys again before Valentine's Day to do what they got to do and get them something, whether it be something in Marvel Snap. Why not? So February 13th to the 20th, of course. Oh wait, so that wasn't Valentine's Day. All right, so the second one, second
All of
spotlight.
this, man. Let's not stay talking. This wasn't even the
No,
Valentine's Day.
all right, so this one you have to worry about it, but it's getting close to it.
It was
This one,
close. It was close.
this one with Cull and Nimrod and Thanos.
Oh, the
This
Infinity
awesome.
Gauntlet cover right there. That's gonna be in there. I might have to waste a spotlight key on that.
Listen, that looks like a flower of roses, okay, or tulips. All right, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please buy your significant other
Oh
something for
man,
Valentine's Day.
interesting.
Look, it could be gold in the game. See, they can get their awesome variants. Who knows?
Or credits? Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Then, because it's the shortest month of the year, you know, Black History Month, which is we're not gonna get into that.
Nah, let's do that.
Yeah, we're not getting into that. I am gonna be doing some awesome Black History Month content for in Marvel Snap, so definitely get ready for that. But yes, the shortest month of the year. Then we have, of course, Corvus with Stature, which I think is still a great card, and
Mhm.
X23. Like I said, Corvus is the X23 for this card. Like I said, here it is. They put it together. This is gonna be
Yes.
pretty awesome. Oh, guys, think about it. You discard X23 with Corvus. Guess what? Now you're getting additional
Yes.
energy. That's pretty cool. So definitely check these cards out. Spotlight Catch is gonna be awesome. And then, of course, going into March, we have Proximia, which will be the final spotlight with both Modoc and Dakin. So you didn't mention Modoc. Here he is.
Yes.
Awesome Dakin variant as well.
Yes.
Then we got a bunch of new variants coming out. Bullseye, which is a card that isn't out yet. We don't know about. But the next card you draw will be a two
It's a cool
cost.
card. I like it.
We got some cool variants. Iceman, Nebula, Nico, Dan Hip, Black Swan. Got some awesome variants. Okay, we got Dagger looking cool with Cloak. Okoye looking super
Oof,
realistic.
fire.
Sentinel looking with
I
the
like
Iron Man
that. I
outfit.
like that. That's fire.
Zabu, of course. You guys,
Venomized.
if you guys watch Eggs' channel, she has this as her screen people who screen snipe cover. She called it Sexy Gambit. That's pretty funny. That's in here
Okay.
as well. We got, of course, this is very it's already out now.
Spider-Man
Kingpin.
Mystique or Deadpool and Spider-Man Mystique. That's actually pretty cool.
Yep. Nakia looks cool too.
Yeah,
Mystique, Dan Hip,
that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Look at the
Yeah.
Mobius. It's pretty funny. I like that. Then we have the Werewolf by Night. Dan Hip. This is a cool one. Everybody wants this. The Better Ray Bill, which is coming out in the January
Cool card.
season next
Cool
month. It's gonna be
card. Yeah.
awesome. Captain Marvel
Captain
looks
Marvel.
good.
It's the Scarlet Joe. Oh no, excuse me, not the Scarlet Joe. I forgot Homegirl's name, but yeah, that's
Brie
fine.
Larson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brie Larson. Yes, there we go.
I was super hyped when I saw this beta time almost a year ago. Could not wait for this Ghost Rider to come out, and it's finally coming. Sick Ghost Rider looking like Killmonger. Cannot wait for that Ghost Rider.
That's fire.
This Iron Lad is phenomenal.
Looks like Kazar a little more than Killmonger now.
This one,
Yeah.
maybe. This Iron Lad looks fire.
Yeah,
Cannot wait.
that's insane. That's
This Miles is fire.
yeah, that's
Cannot wait.
dope. That's dope.
I don't know what he did to my boy Shang-Chi. He made him 2D. I'm down for it though. This Miss Marvel is from the movie
Yes.
Dancing, which is pretty cool. War Machine's coming out. What is War
Oh,
Machine?
your one cost cards have 1+ power, so kind of like Kazar.
Yeah, kind of like Kazar. What does Kazar do? Is he 1+ or 2?
I think he's 2, right?
Interesting they did that. Okay. Sick Annihilus. That's the Gamora. Awesome Lady Thor. Venom Leech.
Leech, look at that.
Look at the Legion and the
there's
Sarah.
Archer up in there. Magneto.
Oh, this Alliance looks so beautiful.
Womp womp. But yes, it is cool. That Galactus is insane.
Pointing out, I love it. Look at these all like frame breaks. The Magneto's cool too.
Yeah.
But this Galactus is fire.
Yeah, that's insane. Odin.
Look at the Odin with the hammer.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like that.
Oh, so we also have the albums here.
Yeah.
Which we got that completed. Got this completed. I'm still waiting for this Magneto to complete this. Then I get this wonderful emote that I can use when somebody's doing something foolish. I'm like, stop. Talk to the hand, Cannot wait for that. This is the biggest one of the season. Cannot wait for any of these to come out. It's gonna be super fun. I need to do a Bishop Gala variant cosplay. If you guys can see the book behind me, I did get the Gala Hellfire Club comic. Super awesome, super good read. Bishop in there. Kind of have the same hairstyle I have versus this one. So definitely go check it out. But Doom, I think, and Black Panther are my favorites.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. And it's an album as well, which unlocks these. And instead of an emote, it unlocks a card back. So that's pretty cool. Then, of course, we have these items here. So we have an infinite
Mistress Death, and the Infinite Gauntlet, which is awesome.
Infinity Gauntlet, which comes, I think this and these two comes in the battle pass, and then this is the Infinite Run.
I kind of want the Infinity Gauntlet more.
Yeah, I wonder if that is going to be the this is
Infinite Mistress Death. Yeah, so it would be those two, but that you would get in the pass.
So wait, these two. So
these
this
two
one, this one's in the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is
you'll get that the one on the left regular, and then the gold ones when you go infinite, and then the Infinity Gauntlets in the pass.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we have Ironheart in her gala outfit, not bad, $15. Magic with Doctor Strange, $40.
I like it.
These are all in February, so it's interesting. Moon Girl, okay. Spider-Man. Sarah. Oh, look at that Magneto.
That's crazy.
Mystique.
White Queen.
Moon Knight.
I think that's about
Infinity tickets.
Yeah. You just got
of course, here goes these emotes,
which are really cool. The Beast Leo, they call it.
Yeah.
You got
yeah, see, cool. I knew it was cool.
Yeah, cool Cosmo.
Okay, cool.
Enchantress. Now, how long does it take before the Enchantress is toxic? She's such a pure looking.
Where's the Enchantress at?
Right there, right next to
Dazzler.
No, next to Under Dazzler. There you go.
Oh, that's nice though. That's you like what you see.
People are gonna use it for toxic moments. I could see it already.
This should be a toxic one. Psh, bring it on.
It's more like if you like it, put a ring on it. It's more not like talk to the hand, right? It's like
this one's gonna be crazy.
Should have thought about that. That's gonna be toxic. Yeah. Those are dope though. These are all really good. I don't know what Tony Stark's doing, but he's loving the world right now.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
I knew I was gonna ask you to do it again too, but that's so glad
I did it again. Oh man, this is cool thinking. So
yeah, these are awesome. Yeah.
So cool stuff coming.
Yes.
Cannot wait for it.
Yes.
We held you guys here long enough. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. That's our take on the patch notes, as we promised. So far, like we said, the meta has been in a smooth place. Super happy. We've seen a lot of people playing different things. And I like it. Like when the meta is like that. Um, it's still a bit easier to climb the infinite right now, but I'm trying not to. I've done that last season, and it kind of again takes the fun out of the game when I'm infinite too quickly. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should go infinite so you can play fun stuff. Nah. Um, but it might bite me in the ass and I don't go
Yeah,
infinite, then
exactly. Yeah, no shit.
doesn't mean I'm not cool. Doesn't mean I'm not awesome. Doesn't mean I'm not, fun. So if I don't go infinite, it is what it is. But, you know, next card coming up. Well, we even talk about the cards coming up. But we have Blob coming up. We have two other cards coming. We even talk about them, but it's all right.
Now we got that's something for later that we can put out.
Yeah,
So we're good.
correct. So, guys, again, thanks for checking out the podcast. Again, we will be back. Yeah, so be on the lookout again. Please follow us on all socials so you
Yes.
guys get the alert. We appreciate you guys being here with us, especially with me through the changes, going from the three of us, me, Luton, Val, to just me, and now me and Sino. Yes, he's got a big head,
Hey, you.
but we got to get pause. Yeah, he had a big head thinking that he made Snapcast the way it is now, but I think he did. So shout out to him. I appreciate him taking that time to come on board and make have a good time with us. We got that energy, we have that chemistry, we're having a good time. So we want to keep it going. We want to make it big and better. So that's why we keep saying what we're saying. And yeah, we catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go. And it wasn't just me. It's me and the top 5 army I have behind me. We bring that top 5 energy, and that's what we brought here. So that's all that is. That it ain't
Yes.
just me. It's, you know what I mean? But I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yes. If you want that shirt, link down below as well.
It's
All
top
right.
5 best snappers in the world. Let's go.
We got
The
BDE,
B. Hold on. B
big
D
deck
E.
energy.
Let's go.
So that shirt will also links down below for everything, guys. Any questions, do not be afraid to reach out. I'm very approachable. Hit me up on Discord, hit me up on X, hit us up in the chat. And we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.